The fire was fast and fierce, triggering explosions and consuming buildings in the historic downtown core of New Westminster. Flames lit up the sky just after 4 o'clock this morning, and by the time firefighters got the upper hand, half a block of the Royal City was in ruins.
Good evening. It took about 5 hours to get the fire under control, more than enough time for the flames to devour businesses and tear a hole in the heart of the city.
Our coverage begins tonight with CTV's Norma Reed.
Flames, sparks, explosions. Downtown New Westminster is scene of fiery destruction early this morning. A massive fire eating its way through 2 buildings along historic Columbia Street.
Apparently roofers were working on the building yesterday. It was originally started up on the roof.
Propane tanks exploding.
There was a huge boom. It's like it rattled windows.
Walls crashing down.
The fire was on the roof. It started a lap to the second building, so it jumped the fire break.
The 100-year-old former cop shoe store was the first to go, collapsing in just 45 minutes. Crews had to keep a safe distance. Waves of emotion go through your mind because you're thinking of what's happened in the past and generations before, and never to be the same again. The fire was so large it could be seen all across the city.
And I was just 1 block away and I could feel the heat from the flames.
Heavy smoke filled the sky. Crews had to be called in from Delta to help as numerous traffic arteries were shut down. By daylight, police wore gas masks. Residents watched in disbelief. Roughly 40 businesses operated out of these 2 buildings. Store owners are anxious and devastated.
Very scary because we don't know how much damage there is.
This happened during the day, people would die. It's really shocking.
Yeah, it's really sad because a lot of heritage of my dad's stuff.
At a time of revitalization for the downtown core, now the focus is on recovery.
It's a tragedy for them, and it's a loss for everyone.
Norma Reed is live at Columbia and Mackenzie in downtown New West. And Norma, it's hard to believe, but this fire could have been even more destructive.
Absolutely, it could have been, Tamara. This fire was aggressive right from the very start. Just take a look behind me at just how close the buildings are to each other on this stretch of Columbia Street. It's like they're all practically connected to each other. They're decades old, so they're made of brick and wood. Fire can easily get trapped and easily spread, which is what happened. Crews did a great job of containing it to the area that they did. Right now, they're busy excavating. What they're trying to do right now is churn up all of that debris, make sure that there's no more hot spots underneath there. Now, the latest information that we have is that the power has been restored to this entire area. It was out for most of the day, except, of course, for those buildings that are directly impacted by the fire. The power still remains out there. Mike, Tamara.
All right, Norma Reed live in New West tonight. And to get the best view of the situation right now, we're going to go to CTV's Chopper 9. Scott Hurst surveying the aftermath from there. Scott?
Mike, what you see, as Norma mentioned, are demolition crews hard at work tearing down the little that is left of these buildings. What you don't see for the first time all day are fire crews. There's one fire crew right there still dousing a bit of the scene as they work with the demolition crews. So there are very few fire crews left, but they are still monitoring the situation closely. Now, Front Street has reopened just in the past hour. Columbia will remain closed throughout most of the night. It will reopen once the fire scene is secure and fencing can be put up. That project is already underway. The blue fencing is already making its round Columbia Street, but Columbia there on the bottom of your screen will remain closed until all that fencing is put up and the fire scene is secure. Tamara?
Okay, thanks a lot for this, Scott.